Apotheosis, Epidemic Poetry, Rap Game Boulevard, Righteousness as Prescribed, Giving All Minds Elevation, Building Life versus Death. The Poet, Carlos Lyric Algae. No one but me knew that she was wrongfully touched. So for years I talked to her all the time about what she was going through because I cared that much. As a poetic doctor told her about having patience, with a patience most recoveries can be tough. But allow yourself to vent. Don't use your past as mental cuffs. Remember, you've been through a lot. Therefore, some days life can be rough. So by giving time for wounds to heal can help, because by a man you was deeply cut, emotionally battered. The private conversation subject matter was detailed in a poem I wrote for her when her thoughts were scattered, entitled Words Wrote Used to Wipe Tears from My Eyes, from the lessons in life that I gathered. A wisdom written on white paper consisting of things that I used to tell her about how in these days of tricky weather, for a woman to be the fisherman and not the fish in the sea was more clever. Due to using Israelite mathematics, families staying together came out better. Because by the arithmetic they're teaching in America, instead of being caught by the right one, you'll be caught by the wrong one, or worse, by whoever. With all my information she gathered, fishing with no hook, she caught a man who helped her accomplish them things, making her see life a little better. To look at herself in the mirror again, reassurance of the feeling of love within, the desire to be touched again. He taught her a lot in their first 6 months together. She opened up over time, told him tonight's the night of reward because he took his time. Poured 2 glasses of wine, rolled up, dressed up sexy enough, making time stop, the moment lasts forever. In the background, music playing, Keith Sweat, make it last forever. When she was being gracefully touched by his hands, lasting all night, making love forever. With a real man that completed her definition of the Hebrew phrase that means together forever. But by her understanding that they both was raised on the ghetto stage together, in case of bad news, she kept 1 box of Kleenex next to the bat phone on the nightstand for policemen stormy weather, and 1 eye open in case of relationship bad weather. The Kleenex was never used, totally forgotten about after 2 years of being together. With 1 eye closed, this woman proceeded to see a love life unbreakable in any type of weather whenever they was together. But by today's Babylonian mathematics standards, only if being in love could last forever. She never heard that question before or knew the concept of the answer altogether. Therefore, in the shadow summed up the falsified definition she was living altogether. The American word phrase out of wedlock, defined as to think you are together forever. In the ghetto terms, to be blind of the facts, the stormy cold weather, meaning it rain money in this hustle weather. To want for nothing is making it hard for her to see his true intentions of loving her altogether. Because in the house, he kept her in the most beautiful weather, meaning her dependency in him caused the darkness, 1 eye closed, his protection under his umbrella. Her friends tried telling her when these men are out late night all together on full moon nights, metamorph into werewolves, bite whoever, and use money as venom to do whatever. Now, with that on her mind, up late nights wondering if he's that clever. For days waking up trying to convince herself that he's not out here messing around with whoever. hoping that on her own thoughts she don't choke, defending him back to her friends about how on mornings when he come in, he ain't never broke. Plus he provides breakfast in beds, hugs and kisses. Never has he hit me or placed his hands around my throat. Always romanticizing me with the thoughts of me, of the poetry he wrote. So she was asked by her closest friend, if you find out differently, will it rock this friendship and capsize the boat? What if the evidence was given to you to show a third of all that money was unaccounted for behind closed doors? Where the men put attachable wings on it so it can fly in the air to the place where the enemy live on poles. In the land where the hustlers stand on sex slave trade auction blocks with all their money out. So when master is up there naked sliding down the pole, in high heels dancing, hoping that him and his money can be chose. After hours in the land of the poles, theoretically located at the end of the world, where grown men play childish thinking hoes. Where they live by the slogan, it ain't tricking if you got it so bold. Don't know that that statement was given by a man with low self-confidence who until he gained financial strength was too weak with his own words to get chose. The atmosphere there is all screwed up. Go to the club, fuck her face down, ass up. Come home, make love to you, mind, body, and soul, caressing you down, fucking your mind up. These women cast spells that will fuck his head up. So when he come home to you, some nights he can't stand up. Where it's nightmares if she knows magic, then it's tough luck. The weak men will give their whole families up. Outside in this deceptive sexual weather, your feelings will get wet. Thoughts of who he fucking in your mind will bust multiple nuts. Meaning good or bad in bed, sex is seen for me and enough is never enough. As your friend, let me speak. I'm telling you my own poetry story I wrote under the grapevine, sitting next to the cracks of the concrete jungle where all information leaked. The rumors have emerged that your man is slicker than oil grease, but in the land of the poles a spell was cast on him, meaning for another woman he might be writing poems about being sexually weak. 1 foot in love with you and 1 foot out with her in the poetry streets. 1 house for you, 1 where him and her be. And if you was to ask me, if you would have had both of your eyes open, these are things you would see.